Hey, welcome back to the Castro Valley News Live Show, friends. Oh boy. Facebook is doing some interesting stuff again, so I can't see where all of the comments are, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to go to the page, see if I can find where the actual live stream is, and it's not going to let me do it. Just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to work out some kinks on this live stream. Yeah, darn it. Because I want to see where the comments are coming in so that we can do the roll call. Just bear with me, guys. And I'm sure if you are commenting on the thread already, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just definitely trying to navigate my way through here. There we go. This should work. There we go. So good evening to Dustin. Good evening to Maggie. Maggie is tagging Paul and Angel thus far. And good evening to you, Maggie. And Maggie is also tagging Mary. Bob says technical difficulties. And it seems like last week actually went without a hitch, which was pretty cool. But we just have to circumvent some little doodads and whatnots here and make things work the best that we can. And usually we make it happen pretty good. Good evening to Bob, if I didn't mention that already. Good evening to Eileen. I hope you're doing well, Eileen. Welcome back to the show. Maggie, you are awesome. You are always tagging numerous folks, and I appreciate it so much. Maggie is also tagging Angela's European Skincare. If you're not familiar with the show here, good evening to Barbara. Welcome to the show. And there's so many little cool, for the lack of not being able to, for the fact that I can't see the comments in the window where I'm going live, I can see little icons from folks who have donated stars in the past, and it's actually kind of cool. So of course Maggie has given thousands and thousands and thousands of stars. Thank you so much, Maggie. You're awesome. So Paulette, good evening, Paulette. Welcome to the show. If you're not familiar, oh wait, I don't want to miss people. Good evening to Gary. Gary says, great to see us again. Good to see you as well, Gary. Paulette is also tagging numerous folks. Good evening to Tanya. And Tanya, you sent me something the other day, and I completely dropped the ball on it. Please send me, or you know what I'll do? I'll post something about what Tanya mentioned tomorrow. It might get more attention, but I can give you the information right now. And pardon me, I have a old wooden chair that just is coughs and sighs every show. I'll try to be still so it won't make so much noise. And thank you again to Paulette and Maggie for tagging so many people. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all that you do for the show. So Tanya, if you are not familiar with who Tanya is the brains and the intelligence and the ingenuity behind the community cupboard on Forest Avenue. And if you're not familiar with a good evening to Tiffany. If you're not familiar, it's going to be the you're not familiar with show here. Cali Life says thanks for the Star Wars Castro Valley sticker, and you are very welcome. Paulette is tagging Austin, and I know Austin. I love Austin so much. I've known Austin for a lot of years. So Cali Life, you're welcome for the bumper sticker. And also Cali Life was the one who pointed out the Cruise Night shirt last week. And Cali Life is on every show, and Cali Life's awesome. Paulette is tagging Ashley, and Ashley is awesome as well. This is going to be the awesome shout-out show. From here on out, we're just going to give shout-outs to everyone in Castro Valley who is awesome. And there's so many people. And I see myself on the little screen here, and I notice I'm looking down, and I look I look angry. I have like a furrowed brow. I need to sit up. So this chair is probably going to squeak again. Actually, it didn't, but I'm going to adjust the camera. Somebody just sent in a message. Let's go live. And somebody just sent the page a message, and let's see if this is actually something that we can conversate on and address. Good evening to Jean Marie. Good evening to Dennis. Dennis is in the house. Good evening to you, Dennis. I hope you're doing well. So let me see if this is actually something that I could. Katie is asking a question. Would you consider making a post to see if any local places are offering specials to veterans this Thursday? Thank you. So if you know of a business that is offering... wait. Barbara, thank you for the 310 stars. You are awesome, Barbara. So like Katie said... would you consider making a post to see if any local places are offering specials for veterans this Thursday? Thank you. So if you know a business that has a special offer or a discount for veterans, please post in the comments and I'll mention it during the show. But let me respond to Katie. Hang on, guys. So there you go. I just responded to Katie. And again, Maggie just sent 1,000 stars. Wow. Maggie, you're awesome. Eileen says, Black Angus has a steak dinner for $11.99. I guess that's the veterans discount at the Black Angus there in San Lorenzo. So there you go. So we are knee deep in the roll call, and thank you again, Maggie, for sending 1,000 stars. And the little, you can, when you send stars, I'll give you the spiel when it comes to stars. If you look in the thread, there's a little button. You can purchase stars and send us stars. You have to make a purchase. I don't know how much it is per star. I'm pleading ignorance. But Facebook gets 1 cent per star, and we get the difference of whatever denomination you choose to send us stars. And if you would like to, that would be awesome. Maggie sends us stars every week, thousands and thousands of stars, and there has been some silliness that has ensued in appreciation for Maggie's stars. I did part of the show as Elvis a couple weeks ago because Maggie took me up on a dare and sent, I think, 6,000 stars. But if you would like to send us some stars, that would be wonderful. It's a way that you can show us some appreciation. And let me respond to Katie here. Give me just a second. So there you go. So we are doing the roll call. If you're not familiar with the show, you can post up a comment and I will give you a shout out. Michael says, I asked if I saw his comment. No, I did not. Michael, comment again, and I will mention what you said. I'm trying to... this is wacky. Maggie is tagging half of Castro Valley, and it's awesome. Thank you, Maggie. Rebecca, Paul, and other folks have been tagged by Maggie. Maggie, you are awesome. I appreciate everything you do for the show. Also, I want to thank Bob for everything he does for the show. He has invited guests to the show. He has stepped up to the bat, no pun intended, because I know Bob loves sports, and he has given me numerous topic suggestions and really kept the water flowing when it comes to keeping the show fluid and flowing in a positive way, and for me not to have to stammer and struggle for topics. Thank you, Bob. I also want to thank Dennis for donating a lot of money. I'm being frank. We also have a donation page if you would like to donate to us. Gene says, freezing up a lot tonight, your end or mine. I am not freezing. I'm not seeing any connectivity issues on my end. If you do have other windows open on your computer, it can hinder the live stream here. So you might want to, if you have another window open with eBay or whatever, you might want to close those windows so that the live stream here can be more robust. However, it could be my internet is slow. There are some times that that my internet is slow as well. Carol says, link to donation page, please. So moderator, our wonderful, wise, learned, fetching, handsome, mighty moderator, please post up the our donation link for the viewers if they would like to donate that way. That way, whatever you donate goes directly to us. Castro Valley News, we are a business, and we are doing what we can to make sure that you get as much local news as possible. And Carol, yes, lucky to have internet this year. Oh, Barbara asks, will there be a light parade this year? Barbara, unfortunately, there will be no in-person light parade. There will be a virtual event. However, when it comes to Christmas events, there will be a tree lighting event at the village. And moderator, I hope our moderator is in the house. I should text him. Yes, there you go. Our moderator moderator is in the house. And Barbara, I think Carol, Barbara, for whoever, Barbara, yes, for anyone who is in, no, I think it was Carol. I'm sorry, I'm having name confusion here. Our moderator just posted up the link if you would like to make a pledge to us. We are a business, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of times, months that we run on sheer love. But we would appreciate any amount that you would like to pledge, just like PBS does. We do a pledge here and there. And so there you go. Michael Brewer says the Christmas Village made voice of action in the UFCW book. Michael, I'm reading what you typed. Santa's Amador County famous Christmas Village, Santa Claus for the holidays page if you want to read it. So there it is. There's two links for the wonderful Santa's Village that Michael does. Michael used to live in Castro Valley. He used to do the Santa's Village here, and it's awesome. He puts a lot of time and effort into it, and it's a cool thing. So Michael just posted the link to that, so check it out. Karen says, let me help you make it easier. Karen is saying hi, throw another name in the mix. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being you, Karen. You are appreciated, and you are an awesome person. Maggie is also tagging Paul and Simon. Thank you so much, Maggie, for tagging all of your business associates and friends. It makes a great difference and draws more people to the show. Again, I want to remind you guys, Michael Brewer is a former Castro Valley resident. He does a wonderful Santa's Village. It's all handmade. It's all done with love and passion. He has posted up links to information on the Santa's Village, and I'm guessing in those links is information if you would like to view his Santa's Village. He lived in Castro Valley for many years and moved over to Amador County not too long ago, and he is still continuing that. Jean says she will watch the show on replay. Have a great week. I hope you have a great week as well. Thank you for joining the show for the amount of time that you did. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. So getting back to the pledges and the stars, like I said, I think 2 other times, Castro Valley News is a business. And oops, I just did something. I just lost the comments here. Hang on. Let me go back to it. No, bear with me, guys. I lost it. I totally lost it. So now I would like to bring that back so I can see comments. And it doesn't want to let me do that. That's effervescent. That's pleasant. I'll get it back just a moment, guys. So I don't want to miss comments here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Eileen says Dave's is giving a free chopped pork sandwich inside for veterans and active members on Tuesday. Where is Dave's? Eileen, let us know where Dave's is, because that's a veterans thing that we should definitely know about. And I am okay. Here we go. Facebook just makes me want to work for it sometimes. If you were listening, if you're just thank you, Navneet, for 50 stars. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, Carol says we should probably pin the link to our donation. We do, moderator, we do have information that says you can support my page by sending stars. We should probably pin the link to our pledge page. And Micaiah, it's Micaiah. Thank you for the 50 stars. It's Micaiah. Micaiah owns Restore and Rework on San Carlos. They have amazing, cool antiques, hard to find things, wonderful, little bit of everything. So if you are looking for like that one-of-a-kind super, and this isn't an ad, I'm just saying this because I know their shop. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind holiday gift, go check out Restore and Rework over on San Carlos. Wonderful gift ideas, all sorts of fun stuff. And is it Micaiah or Micaiah? And because I do this every week, and I swear every week that I'm going to remember, and I always forget, and I apologize. But thank goodness I remember the name of your wonderful business. And thank you guys for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Getting back to Tanya. The community cupboard is on Forest Avenue. I think I mention this every week, and I tip my cap to Tanya every week because it's so deserving, and I don't think Tanya gets the amount of props that she deserves. It's the community cupboard is an amazing it's a cupboard. There's also a refrigerator. It's on Forest Avenue. I don't have the correct address right at the top of my head, but it's on Forest Avenue, and if you have food that you're looking to clear out of your pantry or your refrigerator, please bring your non-expired items to the community cupboard on Forest Avenue. Also, Tanya, out of the goodness of her heart, is looking for a family that may be in need, that may not be able to afford holiday photos. She's looking to donate. She's also a photographer. She's looking to donate her time and talent. So if you are a family in need and can't afford that for the holidays, just reach out to Tanya. You can look up the community cupboard and you can message her that way. If there's a different way, Tanya, that is better for folks to communicate with you, to enter or reach out to you for that service that you're graciously offering, please post it up if there's a if there's an email address or a phone number that you would prefer, Tanya, please post it up. Carol says was looking forward to how they were going to organize a socially distanced light parade. It's not happening. It's going to be virtual. If you look up Castro Valley Light Parade, they have a Facebook page. And there's also a website. I don't know those two destinations off the top of my head. Oh, Bob is at the sports desk. Castro Valley 35, Berkeley 7. Castro Valley finished season 7-4, 5-1 in league for second place. On to soccer and baseball. So that is football score. Castro Valley 35. They beat Berkeley 35-7. That's pretty good. That's a good score right there. So, yes, I want to get back to the community cupboard on Forest Avenue because it's kind of a something associated with the community cupboard is, I guess, a pet peeve that I see a lot of times. I see food being tossed out, and it's super, super frustrating. I get it if you're tossing out food that is expired because the community cupboard it prefers that you not bring expired food to them. However, I have seen a lot of good food that is not expired, food that is still good could be good for someone in need. And Tanya says, actually looking for a family to adopt for the holidays, gifts for each members. Tanya Malley Photography is collaborating with the community cupboard on this one. So there you go. So you could probably go to the community cupboard Facebook page to find more information there. So Tanya says they're looking for a family to adopt for the holidays, gifts for each member, which is great. Castro Valley Outreach has done that for many years. I have not heard from them recently. I hope they're still in existence because they're a wonderful organization that have done a ton of good in our community for a lot of years. So I really, really jumped all over the map in this first 21 minutes of the show, and I apologize if you've got motion sickness in regards to everywhere that I've bebopped around when it comes to topics. I think it seems like every show I kind of do that because as the comments come in for the flow of the sake of the flow of the show, it kind of has to happen where I have to jump around from topic to topic. So I apologize if if it gets dizzying that I kind of do some verbal hopscotch when it comes to jumping around from topic to topic. But we are still kind of doing the roll call, even though we're 22 minutes into the show. And I do definitely want to get to the midway giveaway because I do have another $20 gift certificate to Wen's Cafe that I would like to give out to someone who can guess the correct answer to this question. But in the meantime, looking. Maggie says, "But I handle it nicely." You are extremely kind, Maggie. I appreciate it. Michael says, talking about. Whoa! See, this is how awesome Dennis is, and I just mentioned it. Dennis just donated $25 to us through the pledge page. Thank you so much. Oh, and Carol also donated $10. So thank you, Dennis and Carol, for gifting us, gracing us with $25 and $10 donations. I don't like to do this every episode because it kind of, I don't want to seem like we're begging for money, but it is a way that you can financially support us if you would like to. If not, we love you just the same. Kelly Life is giving a reminder that it's 8 minutes before midway, and I won't miss the midway. But I do definitely want to say, Michael just posted the Christmas Village started in 1997 with just 10 buildings until his foster mother passed away in 2010. Condolences to you, Michael. And then he took it over in 2010 and has grown over the years. Plus people in Amador County donate a lot of the buildings over the years. So again, Michael has been doing that awesome Christmas, the Santa's Village here in Castro Valley, and is continuing the tradition in Amador County. Michael was, since we were kind of talking about the light parade and the Raul Ranch Rodeo Parade and kind of the Christmas events and the events in Castro Valley, Michael was always in the Raul Ranch Rodeo Parade with the Raiders boosters and the Velas locker room. So, Michael, we're giving you some Castro Valley love from your hometown to Amador County. And yes, Kelly Life says thanks to Big D and Big K. Thank you guys for pledging. And if you would like to support us, like I said 4 other times, sorry if I sound like I'm repeating myself, Castro Valley News is a business. We have dogs to feed. We have family members to feed. My dog is my family member. He's over here sleeping. I don't know if you can see him over there on the couch. Professor Hank is in the house taking a little siesta on the couch. But we are a business. I have been in the news business for a very long time, a very, very long time. And what's kind of crazy and cool and amazing is just recently I found, and I don't have any of the forum archives. I was with the forum for over 10 years. And the forum's revenues were changing, as you can imagine, with the internet. And it's interesting that we just went through the pledge, which is a way that we are monetizing Castro Valley News. And I'm mentioning that on the same note, in the same breath, basically mentioning the and I want to say this as gently and nicely as possible, but my time with the forum, I kind of witnessed firsthand how the internet sort of pulled away the revenue money from the weekly newspaper to online. And here I am now on the other side of the fence online, monetizing my profession, my trade, my art. It's not a trade. It's not a profession. It's an art. What I do, I am proud of. I love what I do. I love being a reporter in my hometown. I'm not really a reporter anymore. I'm more of a journalist, an online media person. It's the show again. Instead of giving shout outs to wonderful people in Castro Valley, it's the show again. But there you go. There's another for people with the ticker at home. That's a lot of ums. I found an old forum, and that was not a so I'm off the hook with that one. But this was a trip down memory lane for me. I happened to just not even here. I happened to find Carol says it's my passion. Yes, it is my passion. It is my passion. It is my art. It is what I do for a living. I love what I do. I love being able to interact with you guys. I love being able to report things that are happening in my town, good, bad, ugly, wonderful, spectacular, tragic. It's all, I would rather be on the lighter spectrum of things than the darker things. But unfortunately, there's people want to know what's happening in town. So that's what happened. Michael says, love to all my former Castro Valley friends. You are the best, Roberto, friend, and hope you can come to Amador County someday. I'd love to come visit you, Michael. You've been a wonderful friend for many years, and you're a great guy. And Castro Valley's loss is Amador County's gain. So, yes, this was just, like I said, it was a trip, June 17, 2009. And there's all of the bylines, in this newspaper, and it's 24 pages. So this was kind of during the might and powerful days of the forum, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably more stories that are in here that were mine. There's at least 4. Let's see. Yeah, 4. There might be another one stashed in here somewhere. I know this is probably boring for you guys to watch me, flip through the forum. Here's the question of the week. I did the question of the week for the forum for many years. I also did the question of the week for the San Leandro Times for a couple years. I cut my teeth in the San Leandro Times, worked for the Castro Valley Forum. Nothing but love for this publication. The forum is still in existence here in Castro Valley. They have a lot of new people that are on the staff that are rocking and rolling doing the forum. But just seeing this from 2009 was a blast from the past. And when I kind of looked at the stories, see, I remember this one. There were some batting cages that were up over near Marshall, backyard batting cages that got a lot of complaints from the neighbors, and it was a kerfuffle in the community. And now I just wanted to show that to you guys because it was a trip for me to go down memory lane. And also I just wanted to give a shout out to the forum, wish them and all of their staff the best, and the San Leandro Times. They are pretty much kind of the same publication, but and I also wanted to give a shout out, and he passed unfortunately a bunch of months ago. I wanted to give a shout out to Fred Zhender, the publisher of the forum and the Times, who gave me my very first internship with the San Leandro Times. It was Fred Zhender and Maggie Sharp, who those two people. I could not have learned news from two better people than Fred Zhender and Maggie Sharp. Those are that's another and I apologize. Those are some Fred Zhender. I couldn't have learned from a better person when it comes to news, community news. That is the lessons that he gave me in dealing with people and fostering my joy for community news. My interest in community news was I couldn't have purchased a better education when it comes to community news than the one that Fred Zhender and Maggie Sharp gave to me for free. Pounded a lot of pavement, took a lot of pictures for stories, but learned a ton. And there are years, decades, literal decades of fantastic memories with the my time with the publication, with those two publications, with the Forum and the San Leandro Times. And I'm proud to have been associated with those two publications. They're wonderful publications. They're still wonderful. Good evening to Denise. Denise is in the house. Gary says I should go back to the publications. It would make them better. I'm honored with that compliment. Thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate that. We do. Oh shoot, we are late for the Midway giveaway, and I know a lot of people want to hear that. So I can go back to talking about the Forum after the Midway giveaway, or not, because there's other things that I definitely would like to bring up. So the Midway giveaway, without further ado and without further blather from me, Denise says Fred was a great and generous gentleman. That is, it's true, number one. It is, oh man, I'm tearing up. It's an understatement. Fred was kind. Fred was generous with his wisdom. Sorry. I'm gonna lose it. It's gonna happen. Fred was one of those people who, and there were a lot of times where when I was first learning to do reporting and journalism, there were times where I knew Fred was frustrated with some of the stories. This is way back when I first started with the Times, and I could tell that Fred was a little bit exasperated with having a new intern who just wanted to go out and be the best, but the copy that I was sending into him was not the best. And he gifted me so much patience, and which is a gift when you're learning. Patience is a gift whenever you're learning something from someone else. And it was he gave so much of himself to me when it came to him being patient with me learning the ropes. And I can't say enough of how awesome that was. Because I would have my head would have blown up with some of the sideways stories. I really had no idea what I was doing when I started. I liked to write. I did some work for my high school newspaper, which I thought was something to build on, which kind of was, but it really wasn't. And like I said, I can't say enough when it comes to Fred and how generous he was and how kind he was with myself learning the ropes. And I hope we've had some interns here, and I hope I have passed that along to some of the interns or other folks that I've worked with. Anyways, guys, sorry, the waterworks almost turned on. I honestly can't say enough about Fred, and he He loved what he did. He lived, breathed, sweated news. News permeated from him. He was a newsman. He loved doing news. He loved community reporting. He started off with Sam Donaldson at an Air Force base many, many years ago. He is a titan in the business. He hired Dennis Richmond. He hired Elaine Corral at KPIX. He hired the very first African American news anchor. So Fred Fred is here's Bay Area news. Fred is one of those pillars that holds up Bay Area news. It's amazing. And Maggie says she feels my gratitude. Denise is Gary is asking, is Maggie still there? Maggie left the San Leandro Times quite a few years ago. I think she's doing some reporting for some freelance reporting for some of the East Bay Times publications. And Maggie is the best reporter. I'm sorry, I'm snapping in your ears. Maggie Sharp. I hope she's listening, or I hope someone who knows Maggie is listening so they can let her know that I'm saying this. Maggie is probably one of the best reporters I have ever been around. I have watched her put together a story that would take me probably 4 hours to construct, and she would just do it in 20 minutes, and it would require no editing. In the newsroom at the San Leandro Times, we would. This was actually cool because I know I'm blathering through the midway giveaway, and I apologize. I'm going to get to this as soon as I earthly possible. Denise is asking, when did Fred go to heaven? Fred passed away. I think it was 2 months ago. He was struck by. This is bizarre. He was struck by a car in Alameda, much like Wilma Chan was not too long ago. And so Maggie Sharp is, wow. So anyways, back at the San Leandro Times, there were 3 people in the newsroom. It was myself, Jim Knowles, and Maggie Sharp. And Jim Knowles is another powerhouse reporter. He's top notch. I can't say enough about Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles is awesome. But Maggie Sharp, she would just bam. And we would print out our stories, things that we were working on. And Bob is saying, getting late, you must have been fun with print deadlines. To be honest with you, we were a weekly, so the deadlines kind of didn't exist unless there was a meeting that was the day before deadline. But deadlines kind of were fluid. So we would print out our stories, hand them to each other, and the red pencil would come out. And if you saw a typo or something that was grammatically funky or sideways, you'd mark. And Maggie and Jim, I would see this. So I'm Maggie or Jim with my stories. And I'm sitting there going, ah. But if I got Maggie or Jim stories, it'd be like, well, I mean, I could initial it that I looked at it, but there's really nothing to mark up here. But Maggie and Jim were amazing. And I did learn from Jim as well. Jim is still with the San Leandro Times. And Kelly Life says, thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. I can't thank Maggie enough. Maggie also had so much patience because I worked with her and I submitted quite a few stories with... Jamie says, did Amy Silvestri work there when you were there? No. Denise says, didn't you have long hair then? Yes. I never worked with... I did actually... Amy Silvestri was at the San Leandro Times when I was at the Forum towards the time when I was laid off from the Forum. And I worked with Amy a couple times. Amy is an awesome person. She's also a great reporter. And well, anyways, yeah, let's get to the midway giveaway. It's like the third way giveaway. We're 7:41. I'm super late and I'm sorry. I apologize. But without further ado, I will definitely yes, Cali Life says development to any apprentice is key. And yes, patience. Yes. Jamie says you were good friends in high school. So I didn't know that you were friends with Amy Silvestri. And Amy Silvestri is with the San Leandro Times, but she is also covering some things for the forum. Oh, John Garcia, sorry you're late. Better late than never. Welcome to the show. So we're going to do the midway giveaway, and the show's almost over. Well, it's 3/4 over, and I apologize for the late thing. And I had to. I had to gush over Fred. I can't say enough of my gratitude to him for his generosity and his kindness. And I'm going to lose it again. Anyways, $20 to Wen's Cafe for the midway giveaway. And I would like to thank tonight's sponsor. That is Forester.org. They are a local nonprofit with a mission to reforest urban communities. You can learn more about the wonderful things that they are doing in our community at their website, Forester, Forestr.org. Forester.org. They are a Castro Valley-based nonprofit. If you're not familiar with who they are the folks who are on the freeway on and off ramps just about every Saturday picking up garbage. And as you can imagine, you've probably seen, there's no shortage of garbage and rubbish on the on and off ramps in Castro Valley. Forester is also doing a lot of different things. They're looking to plant more trees in Castro Valley. They also do plant giveaways. Like I said, Forester.org if you would like to volunteer. Forestr.org is the website. Thank you, Forester, for all the awesome stuff you do in our community. So, the rules for the midway giveaway are you have to text me. You have to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112. I'll give you that one more time. 510-331-9112. The first person to correctly answer this question. John Garcia says, does anyone know someone that needs a warehouse job? So if you know someone who's looking for a warehouse job, please hit up John. He works for a company that is hiring. So one more time, 510-331-9112. First person to text the correct answer. Welcome to the Enunciation Seminar. It's amazing how the show ebbs and flows. Like there are some times where there's long stretches of the show where I just I stammer, I stumble, and then there's some times where like I am playing the mighty vocal Wurlitzer into the midnight hours. There's a for you guys. So this week's question is, and this one's kind of an easy one. Which Castro Valley business has an upstairs patio that overlooks Castro Valley Boulevard? And I was going to give you the business, what type of business it is, but that's going to make it too easy. So which Castro Valley business has an upstairs patio that overlooks Castro Valley Boulevard? First person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins $20 gift certificate to Wen's Cafe. And I'm going to give another gift certificate to Wen's Cafe in the next couple of weeks. So because I love Wen's, I love Philip. They have great food. Philip is an awesome person. If you have never been to Wen's Cafe, it's time you do so. So I think we might have an answer. We have a guess. That is incorrect. This business has been there for as long as I can remember. So what Castro Valley business has an upstairs patio? It's a patio that overlooks Castro Valley. Oh, we have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. The correct answer is actually Bank of the West. Right on. Congratulations. Give me 1 second. I'm going to respond to this person. There you go. We have a winner. Bank of the West. and I want to give you the name of the winner. I'll give you the name of the winner and just congratulations, Jamie. All right, Jamie has been watching the show, been participating in the show, and been on the page for a long time. And congratulations. That I am beaming that I can give a nice person a gift certificate to Wen's Cafe, and hopefully. Oh, yes, let me give you this from Paulette. Wen's Cafe is having a fundraiser tomorrow for Stanton Elementary. Believe it is an all-day event. All you have to do is mention Stanton Elementary, and they will receive 10% of your order. I'll give you that one more time. Wen's Cafe, which is where we're giving the $20 gift card to Jamie. They're having a fundraiser tomorrow for Stanton Elementary School. We believe it's an all-a-day event. All you have to do is mention Stanton Elementary, and 10% of your purchase will go to Stanton Elementary. Thank you, Wen's. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie is the winner chicken dinner. Bank of the West has the upstairs patio. I've been on it before. The former manager there, I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. She was gracious enough to let me up there when I was with the forum to take photos of the fall festival. But if you drive by, give a look up. It's kind of chicken wired off, so you can't, go up there. But Bank of the West has a patio overlooking the boulevard. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of a structural point of interest in our town, if I can be goofy and do the little neck roll here. But anyways, yes. Congratulations, Jamie. There you go. And Jamie has never been to Wen's Cafe and excited to try. They have wonderful, what are they called? Sandwiches. I can't think of the name. Bonhomi? Banh mi. There you go. Brain works actually sometimes during the show. Banh mi. Banh mi sandwiches are the bomb. That rhymes, kind of. The banh mi sandwiches are the bomb. But they have excellent pho. And yes, thank you for the address, Jamie. I will send that off to you tomorrow. You're welcome, Jamie. You are very welcome. Thank you for listening to the show and for all the wonderful comments that you post on the page. I love it. Denise says, what kind of food? Wen's? It is, let me see here. Wends Cafe, Wen's Cafe. They have Viet tasty food. They have banh mi sandwiches, which are Vietnamese sandwiches. Paulette says the whole fried chicken wings are amazing. You can try those as well. They have pho. They have wonderful pho. We did an interview, a restaurant review with Chef Igor. Shout out to Chef Igor. If you're listening, giving you a hug, Chef Igor. Chef Igor did a review at Wen's Cafe, and that place is awesome. Pardon me for one moment. Sorry. There you go. Thank you. So Wen's Cafe, Viet tasty food. If nothing else, just go and meet Philip, the owner. He's such an amazing, gentle guy. He is a gentleman who is a gentleman. He cares about the community. He cares about the business that he does in our town. And he definitely deserves your support. I know that kind of sounds like an ad for Wen's, but he's an amazing guy, and he's generous, kind, and the food is phenomenal. Get out of here. Wen's Cafe is delicious. So Denise is saying pho soup. Yes, they have pho soup, all kinds of different stuff. Viet tasty food. If you're looking to expand your palate into a different area, Wen's Cafe is awesome. They have banh mi sandwiches, which are kind of similar to deli sandwiches, but not similar. They're just delicious. Just go try them. Just go try. I'm doing a weird voice. Just go try them. Sorry. Some of the shows get silly here when I do voices, and I apologize for that. So, we did the roll call. We did the midway giveaway, which was the super late midway giveaway. It was like the midway giveaway to next episode. I want to let you know that I just heard this, since we were all talking about Christmas events and things that we want to return to. I just heard today. So this is hot off the presses, for the lack of a better term. John says Sean Connery voice. So here are the details that I want to share with you. The Village will be doing their tree lighting event on Friday, December 3rd from 5 to 8 p.m. The tree lighting will happen at 6 p.m. Good evening to Nathan. Nathan is in the house. So we're still doing some roll call stuff. And another shout out to John. John is in the house. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family is wonderful. Yeah, Bob mentions haven't heard Sean Connery since Don at One Bad Apple left us. And my heart is still broken that Don left us. But we've got to continue without Don. But send him love. Send some love to Don over at One Bad Apple Records. If you would like Don to return to the show, I've reached out numerous times. I don't know if he's got a life, he's got a family, he's doing things, he's rocking and rolling, he's loving life. Go over to One Bad Apple Records across from Pete's Hardware, just for the amazing selection of records and fun stuff that he has there. But if you feel inclined, let him know that you miss his sense of humor and his wonderfulness here on the show. Don, I've known Don for a lot of years. He's a super dude, great guy. He's got a huge heart. But One Bad Apple Records, even shop local, either way, regardless. So again, the annual Christmas tree lighting is on for the Village. Friday, December 3rd from 5 to 8 p.m. Tree lighting takes place at 6. You can bring the family to enjoy live music, entertainment, and free photos with Santa. The event takes place outdoors near Lourdes. My assumption is masks will be suggested, and be as safe as you can in large crowds. I will be there live streaming on the page, so if you can't make it and you prefer to stay home and stay safe, I will live stream it to the page here, as I've done for numerous years. They always put on a great show. The Madrigals from Castro Valley High have been there numerous years singing wonderful Christmas songs. There are performers from a lot of the local dance studios in Castro Valley. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Like I said, I will be there live streaming the tree lighting. If you feel like you can't make it or you would prefer to stay home, we got you covered here at Castro Valley News. We do have winners for the Village Halloween contest, which is awesome. Also, there was something else. Okay, we did the Village Christmas thing. I also wanted to mention to you guys, if you missed it, and I know we're kind of reaching the end of the show here, but I wanted to let you know this pleased me to no end. And I'm biased on this, and I'm going to completely confess my bias because I used to work in this building. But last Thursday, the County Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission, they approved a resolution to add the former Castro Valley Library building to state and Alameda County historic lists. So, yes. Good evening, Francisco. Good evening to you, my friend. Welcome to the show. So I'm going to completely I'm going to expose my own terrible bias on this story. Sorry, this is terrible. But yes, I'm going to expose the media is biased. There's a lot of bias in media. I see it, I hear it. but it doesn't please me in the least, which is why I typically don't watch the news. I listen to I do listen to NPR. I like some of the things that are on NPR. Some of the things that are on NPR I don't like. A lot of the time, I was raised on KGO. A lot of the voices on KGO bring me back to warm places, particularly Dr. Dean Adele. I love Dr. Dean Adele. He is probably my all-time favorite radio personality next to Wolfman Jack. But that's a different story completely. But I just want to let you know in advance, I'm going to put it up in neon lights. I do have a horse in this race. I don't want to see the old library on Redwood Road demolished. It's factual that Castro Valley paid for that building out of a parcel tax way back in the 50s. I worked in that building for a lot of years. I worked for the library for a lot of years. I love that building. I think it can definitely be upgraded and used for the community. Cali Life says Fox News or MSN. Love Hanson and Getty. Honestly, Cali Life, I don't watch Fox News or MSN. I watch neither of them. I've never seen Rachel Maddow's show, and she's from Castro Valley. A lot of time, to be honest with you, when I am listening or consuming news that I can hear is biased, I changed the station. There's a lot of folks on KGO that are, and I'm neither neither a Republican or a Democrat, but whenever I hear people who are completely on one side and bashing on the other side, it just turns me off. There's a question here. So whenever I hear people that are extreme left or extreme right, I tune out, and I don't go there. But anyways, I do have a horse in the race when it comes to the old library building. And to give you the info, you probably saw this. The building will be on is set to be on the Alameda County and state historic lists for their significance in the areas of, based on its distinctive mid-century architecture and original structure integrity. It does qualify for county, state, and national historical lists. So what that means is if there is any plan going forward, it's going to have to go through a huge, extensive California Environmental Quality Act study, which it's pretty inclusive. So with that said, this whole historical category is going to go to the Board of Supervisors at some point. It's going to go to the Castro Valley Municipal Advisory Council. They're going to go ahead and put some input there. Yes, Denise says Pat is from Hayward. Yes, you're mentioning Pat Thurston on KGO, which is cool. I like listening to Pat Thurston. I like listening to Chip Franklin. I like listening to their morning guy. But they're so left. And I'm not left, I'm not right, but I would like to just kind of listen to news that doesn't have like a slant, or like I can tell that they're pushing for something or pulling for something. It just turns me off. So I listen to KCBS a lot, and it's kind of the same news over and over again. But their weather is fantastic. Their sports stories are awesome. They do have a really good staff. Now I sound like a commercial for KCBS, but it's just what I listen to. They do a lot of breaking news, which is awesome, that I really appreciate. But Yes, Denise says maybe a Castro Valley museum space at the Castro Valley Library could be a possibility. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. Denise, I agree. Paulette says BBC. You know, Paulette, I love listening to the BBC News on NPR. I think it's usually later at night, and it's super entertaining. Yes, it's cool to hear their take on some of the U.S. issues, and I don't necessarily hear a slant coming from the BBC. But yes, Paulette, I totally agree with you. I love listening to the BBC radio on NPR. So with that said, keep your eyes peeled. I'll let you guys know when the discussion for the historical categorization for the library goes before the MAC. It's also going to be going before the unincorporated services meeting, which is another county meeting, which may not happen because unincorporated services was a meeting of Supervisor Nate Miley and Wilma Chan. And unfortunately, if you missed it, sadly, tragically, disgustingly, Wilma Chan was killed by a car in Alameda when she was walking her dog during the daytime. So it's terrible. I met Wilma on a couple of occasions. She was a super smart, intelligent, sharp, great person. So anyways, long story short, guys, when that goes before another board where there will be public comment, I'll let you guys know. It's looking like if the building is going to be preserved, it will likely go to the veterans for a community meeting hall, and I think a veterans library is going to be another thing that they're going to be looking for. But like Denise says, it would be a great location for a small, compact Castro Valley museum, which we need. We need a Castro Valley museum. We have a wonderful, amazing historian in our town, Lucille Lorge. Denise is asking what channel is BBC on. It's on NPR, which I think is KQED radio on the nighttime. If you look up PBS, you should be able to definitely find some information on when the BBC news is on NPR radio. So with that said, we've gone over an hour, and I don't have anything else on the list. So yeah, you guys have been great. Thank you for your stars. Thank you for the story comments. Thank you for your patience with my stammering and stumbling upon words. You guys are great. I am Roberto. I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. where we do this show again. Thank you guys for being amazing people. And this was show 81. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned that earlier in the episode. This is 81. We're going to be doing 82 next week, and hopefully at some point we will be celebrating episode 182 and 282 and 382. You guys are a joy to be around virtually on the show. Thank you guys so much for your kindness and for your patience. Hey guys, when the going gets weird, the word turn pro. I've been Roberto. You guys have been awesome as always. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you.